Starting early tonight, as always. Trying to, anyway. Trying to get everything set up properly. But it's a nice rainy day. More rain tomorrow night and Friday and Saturday. Okay, Michael, do I have audio? Good to know if I had audio. Audio. Yes? Yeah, I do. I can see it down in the bottom. At least I think I do. Hello. Good. Good enough. It's 8 o'clock. I better get started. Is the frequency in use? Is frequency in use? The answer is no. Very good. My name is Paul. Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. That's K4PEW. Net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Nothing heard. If anyone has any priority traffic, just break in. Obviously, if you have a real emergency, call 911. But if for some reason you can't do that, you can always contact us and we'll do it for you. You can break in at any time for emergencies of that type. I can't imagine what priority traffic is. That's just me, though. For information on this net, you can see us at 146415.net. That's not dot. 146415, yeah, .net. That's right. And that's our website. And the Yahoo Group site is under Yahoo Groups, which is MJ_SS. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. And you can look us up on YouTube on the Brain Trusts, BRAINTRUSTS, one word, Brain Trusts channel. Or you can just look at my call in the YouTube search block, which of course is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. We normally meet every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. We conduct a net on 146.415 FM Simplex, in case you happen to be off frequency, but that's doubtful. And the purpose of the net is to have fun and support everyone in getting their radio stations better so that if in the event of a terrible communications emergency, we'd be ready to serve our families and communities. I want to use the net to announce amateur radio events and activities, resources and training in support of the local community. It's a directed net, and all traffic should be coordinated by net control. Do we have any announcements at this time?
KB4 SFM.
All righty, KB4 SFN. Tom, how are you?
Sir. Announcement I have is the next Wilson Hampshire Radio Club meeting will be on Saturday, the 2nd of March, at 6 p.m., room 122, Lambert Hall, Cumberland University. That's Saturday, the 2nd of March. Thank you, Paul. KB4 SFM.
All righty, and that was for those of you who may not have been able to hear Tom. He's about the amateur radio, the Wilson Amateur Radio Club has a meeting the 2nd of March. Is that the 2nd of March? Yeah, it is, I guess. I'll have to look at the calendar, but hold on. Yep, that's first Saturday of the month, 2nd of March. That's at Cumberland University. It's at, is that 6 p.m., Tom?
It is, 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m., room 122 Lambry, Lambry Hall. And it's hard to miss it if you just look at the map of, you can just go to Cumberland University and see their map. It's very easy to find. And that's Saturday, the 2nd of March, which would be a week from this Saturday, I believe. And then we also have the Wilson Amateur Radio Club's Aries Information Net, which is tomorrow night at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. What time is that at, Tom?
8 p.m.
Man, Gotta get my notes in order here. I've only been doing this for 4 years. Yep, there we go. 8 p.m. Thursday, 147.105 plus offset and a PL of 156.7. Does anybody have any other information, or do they need any information repeated, or do they have any corrections? Nothing heard. So we got those announcements. And of course, so we also have the Tullahoma Em Fest, which is coming up. I believe that's March 9th, but you can look that up yourself if you're interested. There's a couple of people I think that are going. So, well, I don't know if anybody coordinate those things, but yeah, let us know through the Yahoo group if you're going to Tullahoma. That way, we may be able to double up on driving, or borrowing money and go down there bringing a truckload of stuff back. All righty, well, we'll go ahead and get started then. I believe we're going to start from the south tonight. I'm just going to be arbitrary because I know we did north and west repeatedly a couple times. So we're starting from the south. Everybody south of I-40, please come in.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry. Soggy enough down there for you?
Yeah, we're pretty wet, but I think everything's holding up.
Well, you may want to go out and repaint your tower. It's going to rust away at this rate.
What does it sound like? I'm underwater?
No, you sound great, but I can't believe how much water we're getting. I've lived here for 7 years now. This is well, you guys have seen worse when you had the the big flood back in whatever year that was, 2009 maybe, I forget.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, we'll let you get on with it. KE4SYV.
Yeah, very good. That's Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He's in Rockvale. Who else out the 40?
Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee Bill Murfreesboro.
All righty, Bill in Murfreesboro. How you doing tonight?
Just wonderful, and I hope everybody else is too.
Yeah, I wish they could. I was at I put my mother's in the hospital for a couple of days, and I only tell you that because that's where I was this morning and this afternoon in 2 separate trips. But it's not a big deal. She's doing fine. But one of the nurses in there she was saying, it's so depressing. And I think, yeah, it's raining, it's cloudy, but it's no reason to be depressed.
Only if you make it that way.
Oh no, that kind of stuff is all in your head, because I guess when the sun goes down, it's just as depressing,
Yeah, but the sun's up someplace else, so it still hasn't went away.
Yeah, I know. Just a matter of getting your head screwed on straight, I think.
I better let you go, so Cam 4NNY back on out of here.
Yeah, very good, Bill. That's Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee Bill in Murfreesboro with a great signal and a great attitude. Who else south of 40? Please come in.
W4EBX NDN with bad attitude.
Hold on, bad attitude. I got Eddie in there first. He's got a bigger signal than you. Hey, what's up, Eddie?
Oh, not much. Hope everybody's doing okay. Thanks for doing that. And I guess we may try getting together at barbecue this Saturday. I'm not for sure, but you may want to send something out about it if anybody wants to meet there this Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, I did. That's the announcement I forgot. I'm glad you said that, Eddie. And that's we're having a second get together on Saturday morning for those that can. I don't expect everybody to jump in there because some people do quite a distance traveling, but we're going to meet again for 2 times a month. So we'll now have 2 breakfasts a month you can miss, and that's at the same barbecue, same place. I'll be sending out an announcement, and of course, an announcement's here on the net. But that's Saturday, 8 a.m. barbecues. All you got to do is bring yourself, because you don't have to buy anything unless you want to buy some coffee or breakfast. But it's just fun getting together with other hams, and we always have a good time. Well, very good. Appreciate that. Eddie, how you doing? All right? You ain't slid off that hill yet?
Everything's real wet and slippery up here.
Yeah, pretty soon. You're going to have a moss clearing device for the driveway, and you're going to have to, like me, I'm going to reline my gutters. They're all worn out.
Yeah. I tell you what, we don't have a lack of rain this year so far.
No, we got enough for a couple 3 years, that's for sure. Well, very good. That was Eddie, Whiskey 4, Echo Bravo X-Ray, over just south of 40 and east of Mount Juliet, Mount Juliet Road, 4 or 5 miles. David down in Reedyville, what's up?
Well, I'm trying to get the canoes out and all that good stuff. See if I can gather up some of the stuff that floated off.
Well, I told somebody I was going to put pontoons just to be sure on the side of my house and attach them.
Yeah, it's been a wet day, and got out, moved around, looked at some of the water fast moving, and I guess I got a little dry creek behind my place, and it only has water in it when it floods, and it was probably one of the fastest flash floods here, and it is highest I've ever seen. 28 years.
Yeah, I used to, when I biked it down Mount Juliet Road, I used to see Scruggs Creek. Scruggs Creek? I think that's it. And man, this today it must be roaring.
Yeah, it recedes fast. So after it stopped raining, I left out for about an hour. Come back, it was gone.
Yeah, well, we got 2 more days of this. You do know that.
That's the reason I'm getting them pontoons, canoes, and all that stuff out.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to require life preservers in everybody's home after this. Well, very good, David. That's David in Reedyville. That's Kilo, India, 4 November, Delta November, with a real bad attitude. All right, thanks, David. Who else we got south of 40?
Kilo, November 4, Charlie, Quebec, Preston, and Possum Trot.
Hey, Preston. I don't think I've heard from you in a couple of nets.
Yeah, seems to me I've been crashed out before got around here to the south side.
Well, that's all right. I just it's no sin. It's just, but you kind of have to miss some nets here and there to keep up with everybody else.
I call that. We sound good as always, Paul. No problems on this end. Sound great.
Yeah, you sound real good too there, Preston. You sound terrific. Well, very good. We got Preston in Possum Trot. That's Kilo, November 4, Charlie, Quebec. Anybody else south of 40? We appreciate you being there, Preston.
A4 OFO.
Hey, Donnie. Imagine you're sliding away down there. Whatever would happen if that dam couldn't relieve its water, man, you'd be in trouble.
Well, I'm above it. I wouldn't worry too much about that, but them people down in Donaldson sure has a problem.
Well, I don't mean letting go. I mean, if the dam, you know how they got their relief gate or whatever, sluice it or whatever they have on there. I guess it just overflows if it gets to that up above the dam, wouldn't it? It would just go over into the Stones River anyway, wouldn't it?
I heard one time if that dam ever busted, it would flood downtown Nashville completely.
Well, I don't think we want to really think about that too much. That would be horrible.
Yeah, it would. Well, maybe we'll get a little relief tomorrow before it starts raining again. Hope so. And on the breakfast that Saturday morning, this is the one for twice a month, right?
That's correct. Twice a month breakfast. You get twice as many eggs with the meal if you pay for them.
Thank you. I'll turn it back over to Ned.
Yeah, very good, Donnie. Good to have you here. That was Donnie. He's in what they call Hermitage. It's due south of Mount Juliet, just east of Mount Juliet Road and west of Percy Price. East of Mount Juliet Road, which is east of Percy Price Lake. All right, Kilo 4 Oxtrot. Start all over. Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot, Oscar, Donnie in Hermitage. Who else south of 40? Nobody else south of 40? Anybody out there in a life raft on 40? All right, east of Mount Juliet Road. Please come down.
WA4ZHI.
Hello, James. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm staying out of the rain as much as I can.
Yeah, it's it's a gully washer, that's for sure. Like I said, I've never seen. I have standing water. Well, not a lot. There's a little bit of standing water out in that the shallow ditch out there in my yard there because it's not. The ground is just soaked.
Yeah, I got the mail on the paper this morning about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was raining then, and this afternoon I put the trash cans out and it was raining then.
Yeah, when I was out just a little bit ago, it was just that mild, almost like a mist. It wasn't too bad, but it just can't quit. It's unbelievable how much rain is up there. Well, very good, James. How are you? How do you hear everybody today so far?
Well, nearby ones I'm hearing, and far away ones I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, so you have difficulty with Preston and David down there in Reedyville and Possum Trot?
Yeah, and I heard Donnie and a couple others pretty good.
Yeah, okay, very good. Good to know. As you know, Wes hears you down in Watertown, so there must be some special conditions between you two guys.
I always hear Wes. He's always saying he hears me. Well, I don't get to repeat back, but I hear him almost every time.
Yeah, that's amazing. It must be just perfect conditions geographically. Well, very good. Who else do we have east of 40? And again, it was James Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. He's here in Mount Juliet, or almost right dead in the middle of it. Not dead, but in the middle of it.
E4TWI.
Hey, Wes, just talking about you, of course. You're getting, well, I know that you're sitting high and dry, so to speak, but if it gets any worse, what'll happen?
I shoveled the gravel back in my driveway before dusk. But now everything's all right over here. Everything's going good. I've heard most people, a couple people to the south, are pretty rough, but can't wait to get up on Saturday and do it again. KE4TWI.
Yep, sounds good. Very good. That was Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and he's in just a little bit northwest of Watertown. Who else? Well, east of Mount Juliet. Please come in.
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
Yeah, I got to give you credit, man. You didn't double with anybody this time.
That's a switch.
That's right. It's perfectly. Just means you're ready to roll, man. How are you doing over in Lebanon?
Trying to stay dry and ain't having a whole lot of luck. I don't have to worry about flooding in this place, but the property around it, boy, it can get kind of hairy. But all in all, we're in pretty good shape. And just getting around. Hope everybody's staying dry and warm. And nobody getting flooded in or flooded out of their home. Or flooded in their home. That would not be good. I'll turn it back over to you, Paul. Y'all have a good time Saturday. I'll be in Franklin again. So, think about it. Talk to you later. Yeah, for somebody. Thank you for what you do.
No, we'll just talk about you, man.
I know. That's yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's Richard, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo. He's over in Lebanon, and he's still attending those classes over there in Williamson County. I believe it's in Franklin to do an upgrade. And there's a bunch of people in the class, and they tell me it's excellent. So you'll have to give a good report and let everybody else know who wants to upgrade. It's a good way to spend 4 Saturday mornings and get upgraded if that's what you want to do. All right, Richard. Who else we got? The east of Mount Juliet? Anybody else east? All right, moving around to the north of Division Street, north of Lebanon Road. Please come in.
KQ2W.
All right, that's a new call to me, I think. What's your name and location, please?
Hey, Roger. Kilo Quebec 2 Whiskey. The name is Owen. And I just put an antenna in the attic so I could work this Simplex Net, and it's the first time checking in.
Hell yes. I promised myself I'd remember that call because you contacted me through the website, didn't you?
I did. I heard you guys a couple of Wednesdays ago, and thought I'd check in on the fun, and sounds like a great group of folks.
It is. And again, I was remembering again today for some odd reason that I don't know why I was thinking about it, but there's one thing about ham radio that's when I say vast majority, I'm talking 99% of the people I've met in ham radio over the years are some of the finest men, and some of them are even really smart.
Very good. I do agree with that 100%. Hey, and thank you for allowing me to check in, and I'm going to try my best to maybe get involved and meet some of you guys. And I'm near Saundersville Road, close to Hendersonville on the peninsula up towards Hendersonville, but I'm in Mount Juliet across the lake.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you have a good signal here. I don't know if you saw it on the YouTube thing, but you can see my signal strength meter here on the YouTube. You can also look at it later. But did you get on the group list? I don't remember if I saw you subscribe to the group mailing list.
No, I have not, but I'll do that. I have not been able to do that. In fact, I didn't know there was one, and but I did check the website out, and I will do that.
Yeah, if you just go to Yahoo Groups and do the MJ_SS, that's where you can find doing a search in the Yahoo Groups. It'll come right up. And I think I sent you a request, but sometimes those Yahoo messages for some internet, the ISPs, they see it as spam or they don't let it through. It sometimes happens.
Yeah, very good. I'll look at that again. I might have just missed it in the email. I'll let you continue with the net, and thank you so much.
Yeah, very good, Owen. Appreciate you being there and checking in on that. We got, like I say, we've probably got, when I say regulars, it's somebody that checks in a couple times a month at least, and we've probably got about 70 of those, and we've had upwards of, I don't even know the count now, but it's somewhere between 150 and 200 people check in, and we've been doing this for 4 years and 4 months, I think.
Hey, very good, very good. It makes me want to put an antenna on my tower instead of the attic there for sure. KQ2W.
Yeah, very good, Owen. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the things that we found is everybody tends to do better once they get involved in Simplex. They're not happy with those attic antennas, and I'm one of them. So again, that was KQ2W, Saundersville Road. That's just on the other side of Percy Priest, isn't it?
Very close to Old Hickory. In fact, my phone gives me all the restaurants in Hendersonville continually.
Oh, yeah, very good. All right, very good, Owen. Good to have you in there. Again, Kilo Quebec 2W. If I can do it all phonetically, it's Kilo Quebec 2 Whiskey, and that's Owen over there on the west side of Percy Priest. Who else we got? Where was I? North of Mount Juliet.
WB0NOO.
Hello, Mark. You doing all right over there? You're not. There's no drainage issues over there in your neck of the woods, is there?
Well, no, I'm on the side of a hill, so it goes whizzing past me. And hello to Owen. When I looked at him on the map, he and I apparently are in the same neighborhood.
Ah, okay, very good. Yeah, he sounds good. He's got a good signal coming, as you do too. Yeah, it's amazing. I was one of my neighbors he's on a lower elevation than I am. There's a hill that my street goes down after it passes by me a little ways, and this fella, he had so much water over a period of a few years because of bad property development, really, because they didn't provide any like French drains or a way to drain off water, because the property that's behind him, which is another house, drains into his property. And so there's like, there's another half an acre that drowns into him, and he actually was starting to move the foundation on his house.
Yeah, that's sure not any good. I get a little nervous when it rains like this. Back in 2010, when we had all the rain and things were just saturated, I'd walk out and be ankle deep in the yard. And it's not far from that right now. So, anyway, maybe we'll have sunshine and it'll all dry up and blow away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in a certain sense, it's kind of good. It's like when I lived in Florida, we used to get a lot of rain, but it was good because we needed, at least in Florida, they needed to refill the aquifer because we got most of our water supply from wells. And so it was kind of important that we got a lot of rain. And as Florida grew, it even became more critical. I don't think you have the same problem here, though, with the Cumberland River. And I don't think you do anyway. I don't really know much about the water supply here. All right, very good, Mark. That's Mark, and he's in Hermitage. That's Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. Who else north of Mount Juliet?
Kilo Uniform 4 X-Ray Quebec.
Hello, Tim. How are you?
Good evening, Paul, and everybody on the net. I'm doing fine, man. Just trying to make it and try not to crow gills.
Yeah, it's. I thought I had gills when I lived in Florida when we'd have the monsoon season, kind of, and I think I'm going to have to clean them up because it's getting pretty wet. I really am amazed at how much water this is.
Oh yeah, man! I swear, I think my shack is sinking into the mud.
Oh, is yours outside the house?
Yeah. It was originally a place to put motorcycles, and I sold my bikes, and now it's my shack.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, now we're gonna have, maybe this keeps up, we're gonna have to have shacks on stilts.
Man, I'm telling you, I think this has been the wettest winter I've seen in a long time. It's kind of, if we get a lot on top of this, there's no place for it to go. I don't know. It is what it is, but at least it's not snowing.
Yeah, heaven forbid it should freeze just before those Friday and Saturday, because it's supposed to rain like all day Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and well, the thunder woke me up, and I was like, man, I didn't unplug my stuff, and ran out here and started slinging coax as fast as I could. That always makes me nervous.
I know what you mean. I don't know. I don't know why I don't worry about that. I don't, because then I'd have to so much trouble disconnecting everything. It really is a pain.
No, yeah. Well, I think it didn't bother me until the tornado hit my house that time, and now I'm like real conscious about everything. I don't know. It's probably because I'm just aging well, I guess.
I think if I were smart, I'd just get the insurance through ARRL and then not worry about it. And plus, if there's a tornado, you see if you disconnect the gear, there's nothing holding it back.
That's not a bad idea because when that tornado hit my house and took my tower down and my beams and everything, I got $200. It made me so mad I sold all my gear.
Oh my word! Yeah, that's nothing. What, because of the deductible? You mean?
I don't know. No, they fixed the roof and anything outside of my house. Of course, the tower is attached to the side of my house, but anything externally on the house, 200 was the most they would give me.
Oh, I got you. That's right. A lot of those companies did that. To limit their liabilities, because otherwise they take sheds that have a $10,000 mower in it, and they'd be stuck paying for that. I understand what their point is, but it'd be nice if they told you about that ahead of time.
Yes, it would. Yeah, I need to actually find some insurance for the shack in case it burns down. I'll leave the heater on or something because I got too much garbage out here. And I don't know what I'd do without my shack. This is my oasis away from the XYL.
Yeah, I'm telling you though, I'm pretty sure that I know that ARRL has insurance, and I looked at the price one time, and it wasn't that big a deal. And when I say it wasn't that big a deal, I want to say for $2,000 or $3,000 worth of gear that I had at the time, I think it was like $80 or $100, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it's not bad. I might have to look into that. All right, brother. I appreciate what you do. I'll let you carry on. 73s all around. We'll holler at you later. I might make it to the breakfast even if I can get out of bed or sneak out of here. 73s, KE4Q.
Yeah, that'd be great, Tim. Good to have you there. Anyway, that's Kilo Uniform 4 X-Ray Quebec, excuse me, and he's in Hendersonville. And again, Kilo Uniform 4 X-Ray Quebec in Hendersonville, and that's Tim. Who else north of Mount Juliet?
KJ4 DML. I'm actually over here at the intersection of West Division and South Green Hill in Willoughby Station. I don't mean to talk out of order, but I wanted to say hello. Steve here.
Okay, Steve, great. Steve, I think I wrote your call down there. The call is Kilo. What's the letter right there?
Kilo Juliet 4 Delta Mike Oscar.
Yeah, I don't know how I messed that up. I wrote down a T and I said, no, I've never seen a T in that spot before.
No, it's all good. I wanted to double check. I've been called to go watch a television show with my better half, but I wanted to say hello on the net here and see how my HT was reaching with my attic antenna.
Yeah, you're doing great. Really, it's. I didn't look at the meter, but you look fine. When you're coming back, I'll just give you a report on the meter here.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, this is. It's a little Yazoo FT60 with. I've got a ground plane antenna up in the attic, and I'm actually kind of down a little bit of a hill of cul-de-sac here, but I seem to get out pretty good.
Again, where are you located with the HT now?
So that's the intersection of South Green Hill and West Division. It's here. It's kind of sandwiched in between Division and Lebanon Road by, let's see, Hickory Hills, and basically over here in Willoughby Station.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I got you now, Steve. You're right. That HT, by the way, you're full scale to me. You can believe it. Some of that, I'm doing the heavy lifting because I've got that 24-foot antenna up here at the base of it. It's, I think 726 foot at the base of it. So it really receives well. And your ground plane in the attic's working pretty good with that 5 watts.
Yeah, good to hear that. I'm glad I can do that because I want to be able to check in from time to time. And I can hear quite a few. In fact, since I've been on here, I think I've heard just about everybody that's called in.
Yeah, very good. That's Steve in Willoughby Station there in Northwest. I think, yeah, that's still in Mount Juliet, I think. And it's Kilo, Juliet 4, Delta, Mike, Oscar. Great signal with an HT, full scale to me. Appreciate you being there, Steve. Who else north of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey Niner, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec.
Hey, how are you doing, Dennis? How's Castellian Springs faring tonight?
All right, I'm on HT. You read me okay?
Yeah, I wasn't glancing up, but you sound good, and it was I think it was just a little over S9.
Cool. I want you to relay some sort of traffic for me to the rest of the net. There's a fellow ham of mine. He only hangs out on one repeater, and I haven't heard him online for about 2 months, and I'm really concerned about him. His call sign is KC5 EVP. KC5 EVP, and his name is Rick Duff. Rick Duff, D-U-F-F. If anybody out there has any information on Rick, I'd like to know about it.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to Rick. He's up. He usually hangs out on that that Jolton repeater, I believe. Anyway, Rick Duff. If anybody knows what's going on with Rick Duff, I know he has some kind of a disabilities, and he usually hangs out, like I said, on that Jolton machine. I believe it's a 985 machine. Is that the one we're talking about?
It's Jolton, and it's not connected to anything. It's standalone. And his call sign is KC5 DVP.
Yeah, Kilo Charlie 5 Bravo Bravo Papa. Yeah, I haven't heard him in a long time either. I wonder what's going on. Maybe he's traveling. Let's hope. Anybody have any information on that? Just drop us a line on the Yahoo group, and Dennis will see that. So, how are you doing, Dennis?
And he did spend some time in the hospital 3-4 months ago, and I'm really concerned that something has happened to Rick. So, if anybody else, I'll be listening.
All righty. Well, either here or they'll see it on. I'm going to put it on the website, and anybody responds to it if they know anything about him. I know Eddie knows him, but I don't know if he sees him at all regularly.
On a lighter note, I have almost all of my shack insulated, and the weather, the temperature is great for working out here tonight. So, back to Ned. Thank you.
Hey, listen, we do not need an update on whether your shack is insulated. We want an update on when that tower is going to be finished.
No, you need an update on everything I'm doing.
Listen, we do not need to know the status of paint or interior finishes.
Sorry.
All right. I just want you to get that tower and antenna up there in the air, man.
It's close. Really close. Anyway, back to that, Paul. Thank you for everything you do for Simplex. Something not BOQ. Yeah,
very good, Dennis. And of course, that's Dennis in Castellian Springs. He's at Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec. He says he's going to finish soon on his, I think it's a 50-foot tower, and he's going to have one of the antennas the same one I have, just in a different location. And he's also going to have a beam up there, and he's going to be sitting pretty with at the elevation he has up there, and he's in a good location as well. But again, he's looking for information on Rick Duff. That's KC5 BBP, Kilo Charlie 5 Bravo Bravo Papa. If anybody knows, up on the Yahoo page. Anybody else north? Please come down. North of Mount Juliet, please come down. All right, then we're moving to the west of Mount Juliet Road. Please come down.
KM4YRF. BBC.
Hold on, the one I did here was Michael. There was another one in there. Hang on. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing pretty good for an old guy, Paul.
Oh, we had somebody checking in from Texas, Houston. Did you see that?
Yes, Frank.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad he's there. I'd forgotten that was his last name, but then I realized the call was there, so I knew who it was. Yeah, is Belshire floating away yet? Because you guys are pretty good. Me and Marty were talking about your elevation there, and you're up at a good clip, so you don't really have any fears there.
Yeah, just my driveway's washing out. I'm going to have to get out there and when it ever dries up enough to shovel the gravel back up into the driveway, fill up the rut.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's no good. And as real as that the coarse gravel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that neighbor down the road from me had a fairly steep driveway, and he was the only one that I could see on the street that has that. And man, did he have a gully down the, it snaked down his driveway and all this gravel down in the road. It was a mess.
Well, I was looking for Jimmy Hoffa out there this morning.
You see his feet sticking up through the ground.
No, I didn't see anything, but I expected to.
Oh boy, yeah, I know what you're saying. All right, very good. That's Michael. That's Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and he's in Belshire. Who else we got? North or west of Mount Juliet, please. Hey, how you doing, Chris? You doing okay?
Yeah, just working on some stuff here tonight. Staying inside, staying dry. Hope everybody else is doing the same.
Yeah, I was. I made my first trip back into that Summit Hospital. My mother's in there for a couple of days, and it was like old home week being in there. I went over and saw the people in rehab. Oh yeah, no, she seems to be doing real well. She was a quart low on blood, and she's 91 now, so she's a little bit fragile, but I think she'll go a little while longer. Well, appreciate you being there, Chris. That was Chris, Kilo India 4 Whiskey Bravo Zulu, and he is in. Let's see, let me think. Donaldson.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, 4 WBZ back next.
Yeah, that's my pet peeve about what do you call it, Nashville, Davidson County, because there's no real cities. They're just names, just places. They might as well just be called number 1 place, number 2 place, number 3 place. They're just names, and there's no real. Well, I guess there's a definition to them. I just don't know what the definition is. Anyway, now that I've voiced that opinion, who else we got west of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Sell that radio yet there, John?
No, I've still got the FT991.
Yeah. John's still got a really nice, practically new in the box. It's essentially a new radio in the box, an FT991 Yaesu, and really good shape, and he's looking to get rid of it. So call John, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo, and he's on QRZ. So how are you doing tonight there, John?
Oh, I'm fine. Fortunately, I am the high spot in my neighborhood. I'm surrounded by people getting flooded, but it's not as bad as it was back in May of 2010. I never forgot that.
No, I wasn't here for that, but I can imagine what you guys went through. I've been in some really serious rains when I was in Florida, like hurricane type rainfalls, or we had fronts that would sit over us for 4 or 5 days and make a mess of things. And it was there were some areas of our county that were actually unpassable because you couldn't go. It'd be kind of like going from if you're going east west on one of the 2-lane roads, say on Lebanon Road, it would be unpassable. You couldn't even go because it was 3 feet of water in the road.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the little Harpeth River, I can literally walk to. So it's back in 2010, I was editing video all night, and about 5 in the morning, I was about to wrap it up, and I heard a bunch of sirens right out in front of the house, and it was 3 fire trucks setting up barricades to block off the road. I had not looked out, and it had just been raining steady, and 3 houses down from me were already half underwater.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's rough. Well, what the biggest hazard? Well, I say one of the biggest hazards they have in Florida and Louisiana, for that matter. The people would run off the road into a ditch, and the ditch is 7 feet deep, and they drown in their car, and that's one of the big hazards. Louisiana has the same problem, more so than Florida, but it's a big problem in Florida because the rain, the ditch will fill up to the point where it looks like it's flat with the earth, and they just think it's wet pavement, and they just drive right over it and drown.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of little crossing roads in the Belmead area not far from here that are notorious. I mean, they're paved, but they often have water in them, and it only takes about a foot of fast-moving water to move a vehicle.
Yeah, well, I've been one of them. People are too optimistic when they start heading into a big puddle, thinking everything's going to be fine. They don't even know if the road's going to be there, and they go through anyway.
But the police, have gotten really on top of it. At the first sign of heavy rain, they start throwing up roadblocks, and but social Darwinism is alive and well. Folks are always out there testing limits.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's crazy. I'm just glad it's not cold. It's at the freeze point, because the roads would be horrendous. They would just be a mess. Well, very good, John. That's John. Again, he's got an FT 991 for sale. He's trying to get rid of Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo, and that 91 is a nice radio too. And it's a good price. It's less than list. Who else? West of Mount Juliet. Anybody else west of Mount Juliet? And we're going for late check-ins. Anywhere north, south, east, or west, please come now. Everybody's out there looking at their rain gauges. I think we had 15, 16, 17, 18 folks check in. All right, then we'll go for the lurkers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers. What else we got? Did I mention the lollygaggers and the end time survivalists? Please come now.
Sorry I'm late.
So which category did you fall into there, Ed?
Well, I just got in. I was outside walking my fish, and I just now got back.
Oh man, it is. Yeah, I can see that walking your fish. That's right. He's walking you.
Oh yeah. Good evening to all the people on the net you got tonight. Appreciate you letting me in. Running a little late, but I think you started out on the south, the first one tonight, and I didn't get in on time on that. But anyway. Appreciate you letting me in, Paul. I hope y'all staying dry.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm glad you're there. Are you getting the same mess we are up here?
Probably more of it.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't kept up with the weather thing. I don't know. Well, let's hope I'm telling you that it is kind of scary. The next 3 days are going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, it's hard. If it comes in from the northeast, there's a lot of the weather comes in. A lot of it comes in from the southeast, and that's when it comes up from Louisiana.
I just had somebody double you with you there, Ed. Say that again. When it comes up from the south, what?
When it comes up from Louisiana, up through Lawrenceburg, back up this way, that's usually when we get the most.
Yeah, if this keeps up really bad, you're gonna have to change the name of the town to Shake Sponge.
There you go. I'll let you go. To you, Paul. KD4ZGY. I'll let you wrap it up.
Yeah, very good, Ed. That was Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankees and Shake Rag just down there by Shelbyville. Was there another station in there? I'm not copying. I didn't get any audio there. K4 PEW. Go ahead. No copy. One more time. All right. I have no idea what that was. If anybody heard that, let me know. And that makes a grand total of 19. Any other super late check-ins or lollygaggers, lurkers, or sandbaggers? Please come now before we close up the net. So we're closing up the net then. Appreciate all the check-ins. And again, don't forget to miss the net tomorrow night over there on the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club Simplex or repeater net on 147, 105 with a plus offset and a 156.7 PL. That's at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And also the meeting on the 2nd for the club, which is over at Cumberland University. And we don't want to forget about, does anybody know anything about Rick Duff? That's Kilo Charlie 5 Bravo Papa. He lives up in Joelton, and he's had some health problems in the recent past, and there's some concern. Nobody's heard from him, and I say don't know, and nobody, at least one person hasn't heard from him, is concerned about his condition or where he went. All right, any other comments before we close the net? Hope to see you at the Saturday breakfast at Barbecues Mount Juliet. That's at 8 a.m. You can get there sooner if you like. You can even get there later if you like, because people usually hang around at least about 2 hours. So We'll hope to catch you then. This is K4PEW closing the net. We had a grand total of 19 check-ins on a soggy night in Tennessee. K4PEW closing the net. 73, everybody.
K4TW.
Hey, what's up, Wes?
There was a guy you said that was on an HT in Mount Juliet. KJ4 something. I heard him.
Yeah, that's see, who was it that just checked in? I was looking down the thing. I thought I made a note on that one. Yeah, that was KJ4 DMO, Kilo Juliet 4 Delta Mike Oscar on an HT there in he's in Northwest Willoughby Station, south. I think that's south of Lebanon Road, over towards the west side of Wilson County.
So I don't understand how. It must be a mistake, but when you said when he stopped transmitting, you responded to him. I heard him. I don't. Must have been somebody else, but I could have swore I heard him.
Well, you may have. I don't know if he's still on. No, I don't think he's on the frequency, but he might be. KJ4, what is it? DMO. I lost it already. There he is. KJ4 DMO. You still on frequency? I think he said he was doing something with the wife. Yeah, no, that's his might be in an excellent elevated position there in Willoughby Station. Maybe that's the deal. I don't know, because he had, like I said, he was full scale to me, which is unusual for an HT. I don't care where it is.
Maybe he was on the HT with a external antenna. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It was. He has a ground plane antenna in the attic.
Oh, he was full scale to me too.
Well, when he says in the attic, Willoughby Station, I believe, is all two-story homes. I think. He elevated up, 20 feet up in the air, or 25 feet or something, and I don't know the elevation there otherwise. But yeah, like I said, full scale to me.
All right. Well, this man is definitely working. KE4TW.
Yeah, you heard James okay today?
He was one bar above you. Believe it or not.
Well, believe me, I'm not going to feel bad, because I'm only 2 bars to you most of the time anyway.
You're 3 and he was 4.
Okay, great. Yeah. I tell you what, it's funny. You think the weather is like, it got a sense of humor. It rains and then it drizzles and then it goes down to a fine mist, but it doesn't quit.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah, boy, there was some fellow that was in the northwest area of the county that I actually heard, and I'm baffled. I don't know how I heard him.
Well, he's a ringer. What we did is we had him put up an antenna and had it tuned to only the J post could hear.
Okay, I'll buy that. But I think he was out there. You said something about a peninsula when you were describing where he was. You remember that?
I believe that was. Hold on one second. That was. Dang. Yeah, that was KQ2W Owen over there. It's actually Old Hickory, but it's Saundersville Road over there on the other side of on the west side of Percy Priest. I believe that's where he lives.
Saundersville Road on the west side of Percy Priest.
Yeah, well, Saundersville Road is well, from me on that exit, if I go south, I end up being able to go back across the dam going east. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Now, you've got me thoroughly confused because